What you need to know before you quit your day job. What's happening? I am Erik J. Olson. So I want to share a personal experience with you about how I ended up quitting my day job and the process that went into that. Now, a mistake that you will see every once in a while with new entrepreneurs is they'll quit their day job and they got nothing to fall back on. They don't have any clients. They don't have a website. They don't have a business. They are literally starting from scratch. And that can be terrifying. That could actually be a big problem for some people. The reality is most people don't start their own businesses like that. They just don't start their own business because they're scared. They don't know where to start. I did something different when I started my own business, which eventually led to where we're at today at Array Digital. And what I did is I had a plan. I knew that there was some contractual uncertainty that was coming up with the contract, the Navy contract that I was working on. And I saw this happening about 6 to 9, maybe even 12 months out. I knew that an event was going to occur, which could likely lead to me being unemployed. So even though my client was happy with me, the decision was out of his hands because other people were deciding where this big Navy contract got awarded to. And so I started to plan ahead. I got a business license. I got a name. I created a website. I put my profile up on places like Elance, which is now called Upwork, and I started to get gigs. And what happened was I applied to like 3 or 4 of them one night. I applied to 3 or 4 the next night. And within a couple of days, I had 2 clients of my own. And they both had pretty significant needs. I had taken on more work than I could handle, including my day job, with all these gigs for nights and weekends work. But that was part of the plan. The plan was, you know what? I had to do something. So I'm going to go all in. And if that means that I'm, not getting as much sleep as I normally do, fine, so be it. If I'm not watching as much TV as I used to, fine, so be it. If I have to sacrifice an entire Saturday to crank out a bunch of work, fine, so be it. This is my future. I need to prepare for it. And that's exactly what I did. So over the course of approximately 6 months after I got everything all set up, I was working nights and weekends, and quite a lot of them. But I was actually able to save up $50,000 in that time period. Pretty astounding even now when I think about it. That's just from side work. But I took it all and I shoved it into a bank account and I didn't touch it. And it added up quite quickly. This is part-time, mind you. Plus, there were, some of my day job proceeds went into there as well, to be honest. So I saved up 50 grand. And by the time that event happened, the rebid process for the big government contract happened, and I was on the losing end of it, basically. I had a plan. Not only did I have a plan, I had money in the bank, so I had some security. I had clients that were still asking me for work. I was getting referrals from those clients. I still had the listings up on Elance, again, which is now Upwork. So I had business development. I had everything that I needed. I just didn't have quite as much monthly income coming in as I was used to. Not about 50% of what I needed, but I was golden. I was set. And that's when, I decided to actually go full time. In actuality, the decision was made for me when I was on the losing end of that whole contract thing. But I was prepared for it. I was ready for it. I saw it coming and I did something. And it wasn't a big risk for me. I didn't have to go scramble to figure something out. So if you are thinking about going out on your own, think about that story I just told you. You do not want to scramble at the 11th hour to try to figure out how you're going to survive, feed your family, pay your mortgage. Come up with a plan, work the plan. It's going to take months and build up a nest egg. When you do all those things, then you have all of a sudden a little bit more freedom than if you have to rush to try to put something together. Don't wait till the last minute. This is the story of what it took for me to go from freelancer with no clients, no employees, no revenue, to growing $1 million business. It took me 8 years and I made a lot of mistakes. And all of those mistakes, and more importantly, lessons learned, are in this book. And we have chapter takeaways, 5 to 15 takeaways that you could apply right now to your business. Check it out on Amazon, $1 Million Journey by me, Erik J. Olson.